of our Belle2Bell and AXW interview special. I am wrapping up my trip down here in Virginia. I've been working on a video shoot for a nonprofit that has really been fulfilling amidst everything else going on right now. Currently, I'm in a field at 832 Industries' secret compound, preparing for my last few days of shooting before I head back to Philly. First up today is Leo Sparrow, truly an excellent American wrestler. Leo has appeared in both AEW and the WWE, as well as appearing at AXW's Don't Call It a Comeback, Saturday, September 27th in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. The sky's the limit for Leo. Check out our interview. All right, we're here with Leo Sparrow, the son of the sun, the king of kale. Again, wanted to thank you for making the time to talk with us here on the C Show. You are a American Excellent Wrestling talent, and you'll be at Don't Call It a Comeback Saturday, September 27th in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Thanks again for joining us.
That's right, of course. Thank you for having me. Not only will I be at American Excellence Wrestling, I am also an excellent American wrestler, and you can see me in action September 27th. Don't Call It a Comeback.
There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I love that. That's a great twist on the phrase. How did you get introduced to wrestling?
So the first time I ever saw pro wrestling was when a friend brought me to Nassau Coliseum for a SmackDown ECW taping, I think it was, in like 2009.
Okay.
And from there, I saw the commercials about the video game and the magazine, and I was just hooked instantly. And just my whole, I didn't have like a sport or anything. So wrestling became like my whole obsession. And that's just how it's stayed forever now.
You pulled the thread.
Yep.
Are those your action figures behind you? All of the wrestling
figures? Are.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
right.
That's what I figured. It's blurred for our audio audience. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Do you have a favorite wrestling figure?
Do I have a favorite one? I don't think so. No, I wouldn't say I have a favorite one.
Okay. No, that's a safe answer.
I like the one of me that just came out, and not necessarily an action figure, but the micro brawler, Leo Sparrow micro brawler right here. I got it.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, no, those are really cute. I like those.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, congratulations on that. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
How did that happen? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
So that was they had sent out an email like, hey guys, if anybody who has a Pro Wrestling Tees store is interested in having a micro brawler, like, let's have a conversation about it.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to do it, but my trainer Brian Myers, he said you absolutely should do this. He's just saying that I think I have enough of a fan base where it would they would support me enough, and so far it's been fantastic. I'm going to have them at every show I go to moving forward, and they're available on my website, leosparrow.com.
Perfect. As the wise yogurt from Spaceballs reminds us, merchandising.
That's right.
Exactly. Right. Who are some of your favorite wrestlers?
Oh man, my first favorite wrestler was Zack Ryder. I don't like to talk about. That's and fine. Then when I actually started appreciating wrestling, that's when I really started appreciating Dolph Ziggler as a wrestler, and he's just been my favorite ever since. So I'd say Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth is a favorite wrestler of mine, especially growing up.
When did you make the jump from being a fan to getting more involved with wrestling, being in the ring?
So before I had started training, I had wanted to work for WWE in a corporate level. So I was going to business school, and I was helping out at local wrestling shows, helping like run and set up autograph appearances, merchandise tables, things like that. And I was going to work with WWE in the community relations department. That had offered me an internship, and that later got taken away because of COVID. So then after COVID ended, they hit me up again, and they were like, hey, just wanted to, throw it out there. We're looking to open up again. We didn't forget about you. And they kind of just like came at me with an offer. And by that time I had already started training in ring, because I'm like, that's what I really wanted to do. Growing up, I had always been in denial about wanting to actually be a wrestler because of everything that everybody tells you when you say you want to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
So in 2020, when the internship fell apart, basically, that's when I was like, okay, the world is ending. I'm going to do whatever I want to do now. So I signed up for wrestling school. So I was I was pretty deep. I mean, think about it now. I was 6 months in. I was not deep at all, but I just had that bet on myself kind of attitude. And that's when I was like, I'm going to stick it. I'm going to stay here. So I said, thank you, but no, thank you. And I stayed with it. And here we are.
Was that connection what led to the appearance on, I believe it was Raw and facing Omos?
No, that was completely separate.
Okay.
It was two different departments completely. So
Wow.
facing Raw and Omos, I was used as an extra that day. And
Gotcha.
I was just eating lunch, and I don't know what the selection process was like, but they had come up to me and they said, "You're going to be wrestling tonight." And I'm like, all right, nice.
Yeah,
Against
fair
who?
enough.
And they said, Omos. And I said, oh shit. So that was crazy, but it was a really great experience. That was my 11th match ever, and it was on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and for our listeners, most of our listeners are new wrestling fans. Omos is like 7'8". He's huge. Was that intimidating?
Being in the ring with the largest person I've ever seen in my life is yes, intimidating.
Yeah, no, and being less than 15 matches, 15, 20 matches in, sure, I'm sure that must have been very, very intimidating. But yeah, no, you did incredible, honestly, there with all of that context.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of keep the confidence and everything I had been taught up to that point. I'm like, I'm just here to do a good job. I'm here to fill a role. Don't mess it up, or else you'll never have another opportunity. So I just tried to do my best, and they were very happy with it. So I'm happy that they were happy.
And that's really great advice, just like in sort of any sort of situation where you're picked up, and it's like if you play the role, things can play out really well for you. I wanted to get back to sort of your wrestling persona. How did you develop that character? Have you always been vegan, or has this been a recent development?
So right around when I started training and developing this wrestling character, I was thinking about in my personal life going vegan. And then when this came about and I had to start thinking about a character, that's when I was like, oh, wait a second. If I go vegan in my personal life and I also reflect it in my wrestling character, but kind of turn the volume up a lot, I can kill two birds with one stone. Or
hopefully
in a
you're
vegan way, I would kill two pieces of bread with one scone,
I was about to say, I was like, birds have faces, don't they?
Yeah.
So going through training, you've been trained by Platinum Max Caster. Has that been your in to AEW and appearing on Rampage last year?
It's kind of similar process to getting booked by WWE because it's in a very similar role as an extra. So if you follow that process with either company, that's kind of how you get selected there. But it's always great to go into the locker room and into a space that's unfamiliar to you and have a friendly face there.
I'm sure, yeah. And especially just to introduce you to other people. Like, what are you picking up from Max when you're in a space like that?
In a space like backstage at AEW, I kind of, hang out with him through the day if I can, if he's not busy. Like if he's just sitting and eating, then I can always hang out with him and kind of listen to his feedback on the matches or talk about what's happening on the show or anything outside of wrestling too.
Yeah. Is there a difference between working in WWE and AEW?
Pretty much in very similar scenarios in both sides.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we don't need to go too far into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like you show up for the day and you're there for whatever they need you for. It's a locker room of signed talent, and you just want to be there and be respectful. And it's it's a very similar approach to both companies.
Interesting. There's a lot of folks on both sides who have worked for both companies. They've gone back and forth, so it's interesting. You would assume that it all probably works the same. Last question about AEW stuff here is previously you faced off against MJF at Creative Pros Homecoming in 2022. What was it like facing off against MJF as he was the world champion in AEW?
That was a really cool moment for me in my career.
Mm-hmm.
That was my 100th match, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a fun one for
Not
a
like that
century.
played any part in that, but
Mm-hmm.
it was, I had a match on the show, and then he did kind of like a surprise match to the fans in attendance and to me and earlier in the day. And it was just a really special moment to be able to be in there with the world champion. You know, he was a Creative Pro graduate. He's a part of that kind of first couple of years of Creative Pro that went on to get signed.
And
And
you're
for him to come back to Creative Pro, his home promotion with the world championship, I'm sure was prideful for him, definitely prideful for all the fans that have been at Creative Pro since he was there. And for the fans who have been watching me since the start of my career, and to have that kind of face off, that was really cool.
because you're also a Creative Pro talent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so what's that like, seeing somebody like MJF, the career progression there, and seeing like, okay, these are the things that I can do if I want to do them?
Yeah, it's very comforting in a way and motivating, and it gives me, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I see that's what you can do. That's what you can accomplish if you make the right decisions. So you have that comfort in mind, knowing, hey, this is what it can be if you do everything right, but also like, what are the right decisions? Now you play this game of, I have to put myself in the right places to get myself the right opportunities and make myself stand out from everybody else. Can I do that? Am I disciplined to go out on the weekends and do that and still come to training throughout the week to always sharpen who I am and be a better wrestler? So it's awesome. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving the whole journey. I think everything I do on the weekends is so cool. I love being a wrestler. I love every part of it. So I'm really having a good time.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Is you said it earlier, like when COVID happened, just realizing like, hey, I can go and do things that I want to do. Like there are so many things that I do. I feel sort of the same way. I only realized this a few months ago, though. I'm a little bit behind. But like going out and working some of the, like doing some of the stuff that we do at local shows in Philadelphia is so much fun. And like going to local shows has been such a blast. So we wish we could make it for Don't Call It a Comeback. Unfortunately, we're both busy that weekend. But getting back to your career here, what's your favorite match or event that you've participated in so far?
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are a lot of matches that I have that I just try and always remember and hold on to as a piece of my career, because it all just adds up into one big career. I scroll through my own Instagram every now and then just to look at all the different moments. Like, what did I think was cool enough that was worth posting? And then when you add all that up, it's like, hey, I've been kind of busy the past couple of months. I've been doing some cool things, had some cool spots. So, I mean, recently I had this match against Brian Myers and Carlito at Awesome Championship Wrestling. And the end of that match, unfortunately, was me getting pinned, but I had taken a backstabber from Carlito, and I had a handful of spinach in my hand because, as you can see by my micro brawler here, I come to the ring with my little bag of spinach here, and I like to get involved in the match. Kind of me sending my message, me throwing my spinach.
Your Apple in a way, analogous to Carlito.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. So he spits the apple in my face. I turn around. He grabs me, hits me with the backstabber. My handful of spinach goes flying up in the air. And we got a nice little video clip out of that. So that was a cool thing to have on my social media for a little bit.
We
I had a
love
match
the
against
content machine.
Yeah, I'm trying. You always got to find something good. And if there's nothing good that you can take out of the weekend and post it, then you have to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing here? Like, what is the value that I'm getting out of this if I can't use it for social media? Everything is on social media now. It's like, this is a whole separate tangent, because there are people that I follow on social media and I only know what they're doing in their career. I only know that they're busy every weekend, and actually I'm following the matches that they're doing because they're posting it so consistently on social media that it puts it in front of my eyes. I have no choice but to watch it. And if it's good content, then God bless. Thank God I'm watching something good now. And it's if you don't post about it, then only the people who were there know about it, and they might not even remember you. So it's like, get those photos, get that video, get the content, and post it, and it will live forever. And if people are paying attention to you because you make good content, then you already have an advantage.
I'm going to steal that from my marketing clients. What's one goal that you want to achieve in your career?
Hmm. I would say the ultimate goal right now is gain a fan base and a attention large enough to get the attention of a national company to get a contract.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid goal right now, and like something that we could see on your resume, like you're building up towards that. What's a dream match for you?
I would say against Nick Nemeth. It has to be right now. Now that it's a
There.
possibility,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more possible than it was previous years. And I think every day we get a little closer to it happening, and that keeps me motivated.
If you just put it out there, right? What is that, manifestation?
That's right.
Exactly. Well, getting back to American Excellence Wrestling with an excellent American wrestler, Leo Sparrow. The Hamburg Fieldhouse is a historic venue. What's the significance of that for you?
It's always cool wrestling in the field house because, like we said earlier, I'm a bit of a wrestling nerd, and I'm not necessarily a historian where I watched it growing up, but it's always cool to go back on my own and look at the different things that have happened there. Like I know ECW shows took place in the 90s at the field house. I know that WWF was in that building in the 70s and 80s. I know that Hulk slammed Andre the Giant in that building. And it's cool to see the ring set up there and just to know, like, oh, this is where that happened. The lights are the same. The setup over here, this is where Roddy Piper hit Jimmy Snuka with the coconut, that famous incident. So it's cool to be in that building and still continue wrestling on now.
Yeah, because if you ever talk to Antonio, who helps run AXW, he'll tell you that the lights were installed by Vince Sr., which is really cool.
That's cool.
So this is a big moment for AXW. What does coming back to the Hamburg Fieldhouse mean to you?
We were there earlier before the summer, and I believe they just took a break for the summer. Earlier this year, they had returned to the field house after having a couple shows away for maybe a year or two.
Okay.
Year and a half. And because they had sold the property that the field house was on. And that was kind of heartbreaking, but we had a big main event in the last show ever that I was in. It was a 10-person steel cage kind of War Games kind of match.
Love it.
That was fun to be in the last main event ever until it wasn't, when we continued having shows there. So that the fact that AXW is back at the Fieldhouse in 2025, that's a really special moment. And to have this couple months break during the summer and to be back there now is even sweeter.
That's awesome. So if somebody hasn't bought a ticket for AXW's Don't Call It a Comeback, why should they come? Why should they buy a ticket? Why should they make it all the way out to Hamburg?
There are a lot of people on an AXW show that you will not see anywhere else, or a lot of combinations of people that you see on other indie shows that all come together in this area in Pennsylvania to put on a show that you haven't seen. And you have someone like me, the King of Kale, the son of the sun, the one to save everyone. I don't even know what my match is. It hasn't even been announced, but I'm going to be there and I'm going to be doing something. I'll probably be making some spinach fly. So you can see that September 27th, Hamburg Fieldhouse.
Tickets are in the link in description. Leo, thank you so much again for making this happen. We really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on The C Show. You can check out the video for this next interview on our social media channels. Missy Sampson is truly a legend. Starting in 1994, she's wrestled for WXW and ECW, Dynamite Championship Wrestling, and ACW. She's currently a trainer at the Monster Factory and also the owner of Belle2Bell, an all-women's wrestling promotion. Did you know about Belle2Bell? This interview is the reason why we're sponsoring Belle2Bell, and I'm so excited for you all to hear from Missy. This interview was recorded in the field at BCW's Hot Summer Nights, so while there is some background noise, I have tried to clean it up. there, it's Charlie here with the C Show Wrestling Podcast. I'm here today with Hardcore Hall of Fame inductee Missy Sampson. Missy, how did you get started in wrestling?
Ironically, I used to come watch shows here when I was a teenager.
Okay. Because you grew up in Abington, right?
I did.
Okay.
I did. But I used to come here and watch ECW shows. Mm-hmm. And then, which is when I realized you could actually be a pro wrestler. And I always loved pro wrestling. So I got hooked up with some people in Philly. Yep. And was training at a gym called Hawkins. Okay. And that's where it started for me.
Wow. And when was that? Can I ask?
94.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So, what is your favorite memory in your entire career? What's one memory that stands out? I know, right? Hard to pick.
I wrestled for 28 years, my friend.
And it doesn't even have to be a wrestling memory. It could be, hey, I met this person, or this trip even.
I mean, recently, I got to meet Medusa.
Awesome.
For the first time. Right here at the arena. The company I own, Belle2Bell, put on a match. And they brought her in special guest ref, the Belle2Bell match. Talk about the sweetest, most amazing human I've ever met. Oh my God. Yeah. She was so supportive, that in recent memory for me, that was one of my favorite of all time.
That's awesome.
Because they tell you don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And meeting her was...
Oh, it lived up? It was worth it?
And beyond.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. So what does tonight's induction into the Hardcore Hall of Fame mean for you, especially in the past couple of years as you've tried to expand the world of wrestling and grow the diversity? That's something here on the C Show we're looking to do. I'm a new fan. Connor's a lapsed fan. So, what does this mean to you? And what would you tell somebody who's just getting into wrestling?
So it's surreal for me, right? I'm not even sure it's 100% set in that I'm getting it. But I tried to explain it to my family like this, because they're not into wrestling at all. I said it's the equivalent of me getting an Oscar. Yeah. If I were an actor. I go, it's that big for me. Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the names up there already. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very, very honored And not only that, but to be the first woman inducted.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
That's not lost on me. So it's very surreal to me. It means everything to be recognized. Because I was never signed to a large major company. So to be recognized in this manner tonight, not having ever been, at a big TV company is momentous. Yeah. But as humble as I am, everyone keeps telling me it reflects all the hard work that I put into this industry. It's one of the only things I've ever been completely passionate about. And what would I say to people trying to get into this business? Sign up to the Monster Factory where I'm a coach.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your induction to the Hardcore Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for talking with us, and good luck. Next week, we'll be back to normal with our review of Saved by the Bell, AEW All Out, and all other AEW programming. Just a final reminder here, Saved by the Bell is on this Saturday, September 20th, in Paulsboro, New Jersey, at the Monster Factory. 3 p.m. bell time, doors open at 2:30. Don't Call It a Comeback is the following Saturday, September 27th, in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, at the historic Hamburg Field House. Get there early for the card and memorabilia show beforehand. Doors will open for wrestling at 4 p.m. Bell time is 5:05. Well, the sun is setting here at 832 Industries Secret Compound in Virginia. Thank you so much for listening to The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with your friends. Support the show directly at ko-fi.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. You can check out this next interview on our